Today we're talking about all the gear you are going to need on your off-road trips. So welcome to lesson 1 of Off-Road 101. I'm telling you everything you need to know as a beginner about off-road. And the first step is gear, what to bring. You could just go out off-road with nothing, but that's kind of risky. So definitely a few things you're going to need for sure. So I'm going to kind of break this down between things you definitely need and things you probably want to bring, but don't necessarily have to on your first few trips. So step 1, I got a pair of gloves here. I think there's a lot of reasons you might need gloves. If you're having to do some maintenance or having to take a tire on and off or something like that, gloves always come in handy. Flashlight, if it's dark out, you never know. You're gonna wanna be able to see your way around a vehicle, check for damage. Just look around, you know, like your iPhone light's gonna be okay, but an actual flashlight's definitely gonna do better for you. Next thing is going to be essentially your tire air management system is what I'll call it. So right here, it is a rapid deflate. So you use one of these and you can air down your tires really quickly. And we'll talk about a whole tire pressure thing in the next video coming up in this series. But right now, this is just the gear. But to lower your tire pressure rapidly, you're gonna need one of these. Now, you do not want to lower your tire pressure if you don't have a way of filling it back up. That is where an air compressor comes in. So I have a Thor's Lightning air compressor right here. And what this does is it allows me to hook up to the car's battery and fill up my tires. I've also got a 4-hose system here. So this is a hose system that allows me to hook into the compressor and into all 4 tires at one time. You don't need the 4-hose system, but you definitely do need a way to fill up your tires. The reason the gloves really come in handy is because this air compressor gets extremely hot, especially in the summer like in Arizona. These ends and connectors, everything about it gets scorching. You cannot touch it with your bare hands, so highly recommend getting some gloves for this as well. Next 2 items are going to be a kinetic recovery rope and a tow strap. So they might seem like the same thing, but they're very different. Your tow strap is literally how it sounds. You're towing someone out of the trail, you're towing somebody home, but you're not using it to get someone yanked out of a sticky situation. Like if they're stuck in a bunch of mud, you're gonna use the kinetic strap because this is more stretchy, it gives. It has some elasticity to it. So when you go to yank someone out, it stretches a little bit. It's not as hard on the vehicle. It's not like a solid bang pull. So you're definitely gonna wanna use one of this just to help both your vehicles if you're having to pull them out. I'm gonna do another lesson on how to use both of these in the future. But right now, they are good insurance policies if you ever got to pull anybody out. As you may have seen, I literally haven't opened this yet. So I've literally never had to use a tow strap. But again, if I need to, I've got it. Something a lot of people don't think about is a med kit. So this has got your basic supplies. It's got some gauze, it's got scissors. It's even got a little whistle if you're lost. So definitely want to pick up an all-encompassing kit like this because you never know. Have I needed it? Not yet. But it's insurance. I might need it one day. This right here is just my key for my wheels because I have aftermarket wheels and it's a different key. This is going to go into your tire iron when you're undoing your tire for changing a spare if you have to. So make sure you have your actual key converter because if you go out to change the tire with your stock tool and you have aftermarket rims and it doesn't fit, you're going to be in for a long day. Okay, now this one might sound very obvious, but you're gonna wanna bring a spare tire. You just never know when you're gonna pop a tire. It could happen at any time. Literally just out on my last trail with my cousin, and it was a super easy trail. He was looking down at a map, and there was a rock in the middle of the road, and boom, it sliced his tire. So we just swapped it out, put on the spare. You know, it didn't happen at a super difficult time. It happened at an easy time, so it could happen to anybody at any time. So always bring one. I've been on a trail with multiple people who needed spare tires, so definitely do it. Make sure it is the same size as your actual tire, because again, I saw another person on a trail, I think had 37s, but their spare was a 35. The ABS, the vehicle inside, it just did not like it, and it had a really tough time just driving down the trail. So that's another tip. I'll also make a video on how to change tires as well, so keep an eye out for that. I'd say the last thing in the must-have category It's gonna be a fire extinguisher. You just never know when a fire might break out. Your vehicle could catch on fire, which, yeah, it would suck to burn down your vehicle, but you also don't want to burn down a forest or the desert around you. So have one of these babies and check it, make sure it's not expired periodically, keep an eye on it, but definitely a good safety item to have. As I was putting my gear back to my Jeep, I forgot about one piece of gear you're definitely going to want on a trail if you have oversized tires or just an off-road vehicle. It is a high jack lift. This is great for when you have bigger tires, a higher lift, where the standard jack is just not going to do anything because your vehicle's too high off the ground. So you need this or you can't even change the tire. All right, back to the main video. Okay, so that's it for probably all the things I would say you need to bring. These are now some items that I'd say you probably are going to want to bring. So I have a full-on crescent set that I bring. It's got just a bunch of tools, wrenches, screwdrivers and things. I've got another random odds and ends, like a giant screwdriver that I probably use for a pry bar. I got another set of tools in here. You know, eventually I want to build an all and comprehensive like Jeep toolkit, but because I've kind of got it all haphazard, but bring some tools because you never know what might break. And honestly, someone else on the trail might need it. There's actually been more times where I'm helping somebody else out with my tools than I'm helping me out. But I know eventually there's going to be a day where I need some help. We're getting into the items now that are optional, but I still do very much so recommend them. Definitely a walkie. This thing is invaluable. Ideally, you know, you and your buddies can get the same types. I got this one, I think 23 bucks on Amazon. It's got very good range. Anytime you're talking with somebody on the trail, hey, you know, we got another car coming the other direction, or we got some dirt bikes coming, it's just a very good way to chat with them. I actually have 2 of these, so if I'm ever riding with a buddy, I'll give him one. If he has to get out and spot me, he can just talk to me with this. I don't have to rely on just hand signals and him yelling. So very good piece of equipment. Another one, this one actually my wife made me get. This is a Garmin InReach Mini 2. It's a GPS device. And so I'm able to text her, send her my location at any time with just satellite. So even if I don't have cell service, I can just send her a message. It does cost 12 bucks a month, and then they do have some additional fees and different subscriptions, but I do the $12 a month. It is absolutely worth it for the peace of mind. It's got an SOS button. If I'm in a ravine or crashed or something, I can literally hit that and it'll send my location to any EMS. So this is actually, it's a water filter. This is from Model. You know, if I run out of water and there's a stream or some dirty water somewhere, I can just stick it in the water and get some purified water that way. Kind of a survival thing. Another survival thing is gonna be toilet paper. Trust me, you want to bring some toilet paper, especially if you're bringing girls along with you. You know, I might be able to hold a poop all day, but for women, it's hard to hold, you know, go and pee all day, to be honest. So you're gonna want something to wipe. And I have had to poop on the trail once, and I was very glad that I had toilet paper. This is like a weight that goes over your winch line if you're ever having to winch anything. So if you don't have a winch, don't even worry about it. If you do, it's very good to get. I'm not gonna explain it now. I'll go into that deeper in my winching video in the future, but this is just a safety mechanism. It's a good idea to bring all your fluids. I only bring oil, but I should probably bring everything else too. All right, right here I got it's a precision tire gauge. So I'll use this just on occasion if I want to make sure my tires are actually the same exact tire pressure. Don't use it very often, but you never know. It helps too because it's specifically designed for low tire pressures. Like when you're getting into 10, 12, 15 PSI, a lot of times your normal tire pressure will not be able to actually accurately gauge that. This is something I use to slide over rocks. I put it in my hitch, and definitely the longer your vehicle, you're gonna want it. The lower your vehicle, you know, if you got a Tacoma, a Gladiator, something like that, this works really well. You slide it in the hitch. It just saves your bumper a little bit, and it'll scratch the bottom of this instead. Right here, this is a portable battery jumper. It's gonna jump the Jeep battery if I need it, but it also charges iPhones and really anything with a USB. This is a glue tread tire repair, which I've only seen some really good things about them. I've never used them myself because I haven't needed it, but apparently you can repair a sidewall and drive for another couple thousand miles and even finish the trail. So that is awesome. Again, I got another tire repair kit here as well. I haven't had to use these. You know, I've been very lucky, been fortunate. I also drive very conservatively. Jumper cables, I think everybody knows what these are for. Again, if you die or if someone else dies, you're just gonna want those, but you should have those in your vehicle regardless if you off-road or not. This here is pretty cool. It is a shovel, so it's collapsible. It's multi-tool, got a saw blade here, it's pretty sharp here, and it folds out almost like a pickaxe. So again, if you ever need to dig yourself out, it's not the biggest shovel, but it's better than using your hands. I just have a rigid box. This has just got some bungees in it, and this is where I put a lot of my stuff in here. So most of my stuff I'll put under the seat in the Jeep or in this box like this, throw it in the bed. But yeah, you just don't want it flopping and rattling around everywhere you go. Leave a comment, ask some questions in this gear. One, did I miss any gear? Is there questions about which gear to get, how to use the gear, why you need it? I don't know if I explained everything enough, but please leave a comment below. I'd love to get your feedback. The point of these videos is to take someone who's never off-roaded before and get them the knowledge they need to feel comfortable out on the trail, because it is very daunting. There's a lot to learn. If you just take your rig out and start going, there's so much you don't know that you don't know. So this is just lesson 1 of the Off-Road 101 series. Hopefully a lot more to come. So please subscribe for more and like the video. Thanks.